Welcome to another episode of Bright Headed Publishing Audiobook Book Club. I am your host, Kelly Morgan. Today I'm speaking with children's book author Shalanda Campbell as we talk about her book, Strong Hands. Shalanda was born in Palmdale, California, and considers her son her greatest gift. When she's not working as a nurse, she's spending time with him. Strong Hands is her first book. Welcome our newest member to the book club, author Shalanda Campbell. Shalanda, thank you so much for being on the podcast and being a part of the book club. I'm excited regarding your children's book. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I am fantastic. So, I had a chance to look at your book and it looks wonderful. And I just wanted to kind of find out about you, the author. So before you actually wrote the book, did you always know that you wanted to write a book?
No, I didn't always know that I wanted to write a book, but I always wrote poems and everything. So I was just like, why not write a book?
So were you always a writer?
Yeah. Especially during high school, I wrote a lot and a little bit in college.
So fast forward to 2019, when I think the book was published, how do you go from writing poems and just kind of dabbling in it to becoming a children's book author?
During that period, I think it was 7 to 8 months. So I was still working, of course. So I would get up 2, 3 in the morning. That's when my best thoughts came, and that's when I started writing. And one day, actually, I was at church, and I bought a children's book, and I asked the young lady, because she was an author, who did her illustrations. And she told me about this lady named Debbie, and that's when I had contacted her to do the illustrations for my book that I had written.
So why a children's book? Did you always know that you wanted to, write a children's book, or is that just kind of what came out?
That's what came out. I want to do other things too, but that's the first one to come out, yes.
So that's your first book?
Yes.
Did you self-publish your book?
Yes, through Amazon, yes.
What was that like to self-publish? What could you pass on to somebody who was maybe where you were, maybe thinking about publishing a book? What would you tell them? What have you learned?
I've learned that you have to network with other authors. Join a group on Facebook, because I've joined a couple groups on Facebook, and I met different authors and just talked to people and asked them. And that's how I kind of met everybody that had a part to do with the book. I just asked questions.
Yeah, that is smart. You definitely have to ask a lot of questions. I'm anxious for you to read the book. It's called Strong Hands. I'm excited when somebody gets the opportunity to read their entire book. So I'm excited for you to read it. So I'm going to be quiet and kind of step out of the scene, and the stage is yours.
Okay. All right, everyone. The name of my book is Strong Hands, written by Shalanda Campbell, illustrated by Debbie Huffall. All right. Dedication to my son, Christian Brown. I didn't know myself until you chose me to be your mother. You have given me strong hands to take care of you. Remember to always trust yourself and walk in your purpose. Love, Mom. Mommy's strong hands are so pretty, so brown, and so strong. Mommy's strong hands were made specifically for me. Mommy's strong hands have the boost of energy to lift me up after a long day. Mommy's strong hands are gentle like a cool breeze. Mommy's strong hands are trusted to come together and do hard work. Mommy's strong hands can never fade or fail. And we use healing lotion that erases the wrinkles. Mommy's strong hands tuck me tightly in bed. Mommy's strong hands are truly a representation of me. So pretty, so brown, and so strong. I love my mommy's hands. The end. And it says, strong hands symbolizes a mother's strength and love during the daily activities of life. A mother uses the special gift of her hands to express the love for her child and her children. Strong hands will keep the gift of love alive. The end.
That was fantastic. I really like that message. I really like the book. Does your son like the book?
He loves the book. He's like, when's the next one coming?
And that was going to be my next question. So I'm with your son.
Yeah.
When is the next one coming? Because you are now this published author. I think your book is wonderful. You're now a children's book author. So what's on the horizon?
I'm working on it now, but I'm doing more research on the second one because I really want it, of course, to be better than the first one. So, yeah.
So can you give us an idea of maybe what it's about?
This one it's going to be called Morning Rush. And I want it to be a little funny and have a lot of comedy inside this one.
And is that going to be another children's book?
Yes, it will be. Yes.
Fantastic. So, Shalanda, tell me, now that you have published your book and you are working on your second book, what have you done or what have you found by way of marketing? Have you really found that marketing and promoting the book has been tough for you, or have you found the magic to make it work?
You make the magic work and you pray. Of course, I use social media. Everybody's on social media. So I have a Facebook account, Instagram account, and I've also made like a chapstick line for the book and also like the t-shirts and the book bags.
Oh, so you have t-shirts and book bags that go with the book?
Absolutely, yes.
And if somebody wanted to get one of these t-shirts or book bags, where would they go?
They will go on Facebook and they can order it, and the link is on the Facebook page, which is called Strong Hands.
And I'll make sure that the link is in the podcast description.
Yes.
That's a great way to marketing. So not only can they get the book, you also have t-shirts and bags.
Yes.
Are you maybe looking at doing any book festivals or book tours, maybe once COVID has calmed down?
Yes, absolutely. And like before COVID, I was going to like the different daycare centers and different schools. But now with COVID, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, COVID does make it hard, but that's actually a really good idea. I like the fact that you said that you were going to schools and stuff and reading the book, and probably you could even go to libraries and read the book and do all types of things with children's books. I think promoting a book is definitely a challenging, but you have a lot of options with children's books.
Yes, and that's where the real work comes in, is marketing. Yeah.
Yes. I'm pretty sure, did you know that when you were going to become an author that you were going to have to kind of be an entrepreneur as well?
Yes, because I don't have the money to pay anybody to do my PR and marketing and everything, so everything I do myself.
Yeah, and it can be challenging to figure out unique ways to reach people. So I'm glad that you came on the podcast to promote your book and to read it. I know it's available on Amazon. Where else is it available?
If anyone lives in the Baltimore area, it's in the bookstore called Urban Reads.
So Amazon and the local bookstore.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the podcast and read your book. This means that you are now an official member of the book club, which means when you get that second book done, definitely want you to come back and share it with us and read that one as well. You are always welcome. You just have to reach out to me and I'll always make room for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Thank you for listening to another episode of Bright Headed Publishing Audiobook Book Club. We just wrapped up with children's author Shalanda Campbell. She read her book, Strong Hands. All the information is in the podcast description. If you would like to be showcased on the podcast and you're an author or someone who supports authors, email me, brightheadedpublishing@gmail.com. Again, that's brightheadedpublishing@gmail.com. Next week, another author, another episode of the book club. But until then, keep writing.